What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Goon and Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. Excuse me. You know when you have a drink that goes down the wrong hole? That's basically what just happened now. So sorry about that. I hope you guys are well. Please do me a favor, stick a like on this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And you know what we got to do? We got to get back to 11K because I was there earlier this year. Let's see if we can help me get back there. All right. For me, this is just a quick video. I happened to catch the Arsenal versus Millwall friendly. Kind of knew the result going into the game, but it was interesting watching the performance. You know, at this stage of the season, it's not so much about the result; it's more about how we performed, how our new players looked, how some of our old players have looked. And there's anyone to keep an eye on. So I thought I'd give a very quick review of that. Like I say, I hope you guys are all well and are enjoying your weekend. I know in the UK at the moment it's a bit of a stormy one, so stay as dry as possible. And yeah, let's get into it. All right then. Well, for me, I obviously we happen to for anyone who doesn't know, this COVID various things has gone mad in the world, and as a result, Arsenal have picked up a few COVID cases, so they subsequently cancelled their American tour, which they were supposed to be on today. In fact, I think they were supposed to play Inter Milan today. And the gut feeling was, well, what are Arsenal going to do now that they've cancelled their tour? They managed to rally around and arrange some friendlies. And one of them was Millwall. They managed to play Millwall behind closed doors. And they performed pretty well, to be fair. They actually ended up winning the game 4-1. And it wasn't just a smash and grab either. I thought it was a very controlled, very easygoing, very comfortable performance. I want to talk about, there were about 4 or 5 people that I thought really stood out for various different reasons, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. This obviously comes off the back of the good news from yesterday, from Emil Smith-Rowe, which I might as well talk about now. Emil Smith-Rowe has extended his contract to stay with Arsenal, and he's been given the number 10. And I know that this has kind of made people react in various different ways. Like, who does this 20-year-old think he is to be demanding a shirt number? First of all, I'm pretty sure he wasn't demanding a damn thing. I'm pretty sure the club probably just sweetened the pot and offered it to him and wanted to, sell him the star or make him the star. I know lots of people that are angry about it, lots of people that understand. I'm in the understand camp. I must admit, I'm not angry about the fact that we've kept a player who, quite frankly, has a lot of potential. I think will only get better. And actually, I would have been more pissed off had he left the club. I genuinely believe that he would have been tempted by that Aston Villa move otherwise. And I think it was an important message for us to be able to say to not only Aston Villa, but anyone that tries poaching one of our more promising players, that actually we will keep who we want. Starting with Balogun, then with Emil Smith-Rowe, then with Bukayo Saka, that we will keep our young players. Thank you very much. You can't just come over and start fluttering your eyelids at them. So yeah, I thought it was an important message to send. We sent it. Supposedly he's on 80 grand a week now. It is what it is. 20 years old. That's kind of what 20-year-olds are making these days. So yeah, 80 grand a week, 20 years old, new 5-year deal, number 10 spot. I'm not unhappy. I think he'll improve. Like I say, I think for me, his attribute has always been he's got very good off the ball movement. What I want to see him improve a little bit more now is his on the ball stuff. I think once that happens, he's got the work rate, he's got the off the ball movement. I think he'll have the whole damn package. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about the actual game itself. Um, I thought it was a good performance. I thought, first and foremost, I'm going to talk about the people that stood out. Laconia, Sammy Laconia, um, Thomas Partey, Alexandre Lacazette, Callum Chambers. Um, yeah, I think those were the main people that stood out. I know that's four. I thought there was a fifth. I think you can make an argument for Tierney. I think Tierney just did what he normally does. So I won't start sitting here and tell you that he stood out for a special reason. But those four in particular, for me, stood out. I thought they were excellent. I thought they were excellent. Partey for me was man of the match. Ran the fucking show. From honestly, probably his best performance that I've seen him in an Arsenal shirt. Ran the show. I mean, if this is going to be Partey with a full preseason under his belt, I can't wait to see what he does this season. He was excellent, and I hope to see him continue that form because I know at least he's a good player. I know he's a good player, and I think people will realize very soon he is a good player, y'all. You wait. Just you wait. Oh, Pepe, excuse me. That was number five. Pepe was number five. Pepe was the fifth player that stood out. Um, but yes, people will realize very soon how good Partey is. I thought he was excellent. His passing range, his he played with El Nene. You can tell that they have a good relationship and have a good understanding. I can see why Arteta pairs the two because El Nene just sits and just allows Partey to wonder where he goes. And Partey's favorite thing clearly is driving from deep, and that was all he was doing, just driving from deep, intercepting, tough tackling, trying to influence play. He bossed the midfield throughout the time he was on. The only reason these motherfuckers scored was because Partey wasn't on the pitch. Let me tell you that now. Right? I thought he was absolutely excellent. 10 out of 10. I'm only going to rate the standouts just to give you an idea of how good they were. So 10 out of 10. I thought was excellent. Now I'm going to talk about one of our younger players, Sammy Laconia. Sammy Laconia, again, I thought obviously the spotlight was on him a little bit today because he's a young player. You kind of want to see what he's about, what he can do. Let's put a picture of him up. You might want to see what he's about, what he can do, see if he's got see what attributes he's got. I anything I say, I'm gonna sound like a Granite Xhaka hater, or I'm gonna sound like someone who don't know football because I'm overly gassing this kid. All I'm gonna say is this: I have a lot of high hopes for him. He does what I've expected Granit Xhaka to do when he came in. He's very. I can see why we bought him. Like he's very good. He doesn't necessarily stray too far outside of his area. So, like, say where you know El Nene sometimes will run about the midfield and try and gather the ball up and try and tidy up. Thomas Partey again is quite a runner and will run around the pitch. And him and Partey played together for a period of time, and we looked really solid in the midfield for it. Um, I won't say he's necessarily that sort of player, but what he's very good at, his passing. He's very sharp. His passing is very sharp. It's very intricate. It's very you can lay it up straight. You can lay it up long. You can angle it. You can hit it up in the air. You can hit it along the floor. I'm like, oh my! Go and teach Granit Xhaka how to do all this shit. What? For 5 years, I've wanted Granit Xhaka to do this nonsense. Right? And listen, now I know what you're gonna say. All right, Chris, calm down. It was Millwall. It was a preseason game. He's 21 years old. Let me tell you something. I'm already convinced this kid's got it. I'm already convinced. But you're right. It's important not to overly judge him because, quite frankly, I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid at this young, at this early of a stage. It's important that we don't overly gas him and we don't overly encourage him if we don't believe he actually has it. But let me tell you something. I was again came on. Was it second half? He came on, played the rest of the second half. Looked very comfortable. Didn't look intimidated. In fact, one party came off the pitch. He actually looked like he grew a little bit because Ainsley Maitland-Niles came on for El Nene, sat next to him, and obviously that allowed him to do the party role. So if you can think about it, Partey was playing the number 8 role initially, and was fantastic and was a 10 out of 10 performance. And my man was doing the 6 role. Then literally as soon as Partey came off, he stepped into a number 8 role, and as he made the Niles came in as the kind of support figure in a number 6 role. So, which I found interesting. I don't think he was as good as Partey in a number 8 role, but let me tell you something. Not maybe better than Partey as a number 6. Let me tell you, I was very impressed. Very, very, very impressed. It's been a long time since one of our debut youngsters has impressed me in that way. So, for me, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I thought he was excellent. Even for a second half. Even for one half, I thought he was very, very good. Callum Chambers. See, when Chig knows defenders. And I've been telling you lot for years about Callum Chambers. If you were a long time listener of mine, you know that I've always been a big proponent of not selling Callum Chambers. Even when so many people are. Even when so many people still are. I can bet you will still find people. Hold on, I'm trying to get a picture of him now. Even you'll still find that there are people who still want us to sell him even now. You know, because he's 26 years old. In January, he'll be 27 years old. So there's an argument to be made that maybe we should be looking to cash in on this kid. But I tell you, fair play to him is all I can say. I still think, in spite of everything, he's a better centre back than he is a right back. And I know people won't understand that because he had such a good season last year in that right back spot that people be like, Chig, what are you talking about? Trust me, Chig knows defenders. I still think he's a better centre back than he is a right back, just because of pace and just general kind of attacking prowess. I don't think it necessarily is in his nature to necessarily gallop towards the byline. But bless him, he does it. He might be a split second behind, but he does it. Again, this was another one where I just thought to myself, actually, he played a slightly different type of right back today because it wasn't about necessarily galloping to the byline. It was more about supporting Pepe but supporting him with his crosses, you know, and supporting the team with the crosses. He ended up with an assist. I think it was for Lacazette in the end. But looked again very sharp. This is a guy that is, I don't care what anyone tells me, he's playing out of position. And he's doing so to serve the team because he recognizes very quickly that's the only way he's going to be able to stay in the team. The only way he can stay in the team is by playing out of position. And I can only respect that. I can only respect that. So I liked his performance today. I thought it was very good. I thought he was very dynamic. I was hoping to get his picture on, but it won't allow me to for some reason. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it won't allow me to for whatever reason. Yeah, I thought he was very, very good. Callum Chambers, by the way, not just Sammy Laconia, but Callum Chambers. And if I had to give him a mark, ooh, if I had to give Callum Chambers a mark, I would say I'd give Callum Chambers. Sorry, I finally got the picture up, and there's two legs. I've just finished talking about him. Yeah. Anyway, if I had to give Callum Chambers a mark, never mind. It ain't working for some whatever reason. If I had to give Callum Chambers a mark, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he was excellent. Excellent today. Well supported Pepe in this role. And speaking of Pepe, speaking of Peps, my little Gondrilla, Pepe. Again, another one I'm happy about because this is one that I've taken a lot of shots and shells for because I've gassed him up so much, and he has underwhelmed because I think that's just his demeanor. You look at his face sometimes and you just think to yourself, oh, you're so wasteful, especially when he actually does waste the chance. But this guy, for me, just give him a little more juice, a little more confidence, and actually play him. And again, you watch what happens. Just watch what happens. He's got it. He's got it. He just needs that belief. Again, I thought had a lot of chances today. Did waste a couple of chances today, if I'm being brutally honest. But he kept going, as per usual, kept going. And because you just felt like if a goal was coming, it was coming through Pepe. So he kept going, he kept driving, he kept tweaking, he kept twiddling, he kept trying to find some gaps. Couldn't find any gaps. Had a couple of chances. My gosh, why won't you let me put a picture up now? Sorry, I'm getting frustrated with my own laptop. Nope, it won't let me do it. Oh, what a bitch. Anyway, so yeah, I think with Pepe, he just kept trying to drive and try to move the ball forward and really try to poke and prod and look for options. And for me, you just knew a goal was coming. And in the end, it was a beautiful team goal, which he ended up finishing. I think that was the third goal that we ended up scoring. But he deserved it because all game, he started the game and I think he came off halfway through the second half. All game, he kept prodding and poking and trying to make something happen. And honestly, if it wasn't for Partey, he would probably be man of the match, to be honest. So I'd give him an 8 out of 10. And then finally, Lacazette. Hey, listen, I give Lacazette a lot of credit, you probably would have sat there expecting me to say Emil Smith Rowe. Emil Smith Rowe scored the first goal, and I thought actually played all right today. I think the commentator was on his dick a little bit too much. So I won't say he was amazing, but I do think that he did some bits. He did some bops. But Lacazette, for me, just pips him. I thought he looked really sharp. His reaction times looked really, really good. Tried to... You can usually tell throughout the game if Lacazette's going to score or not, just by how aggressive he is, how much he's trying to usher the ball, how much he's not like stropping or, you can usually tell. And this is one of them games where straight away you could tell that Lacazette was on this team. He was on scoring in this game. And eventually his determination told, and I think he's ended up scoring the first goal as a result. With Lacazette, it's one of them ones where people have asked me before, would I keep him or would I let him go? I could take it or leave it. I could understand the argument for both. But why I lean more towards keeping him is there's not an adequate replacement for him. Don't give me Tammy Abraham. Listen, I know Tammy's Nigerian. And so I know you're my Nigerian brother. Tammy, I should be supporting you. I get it. But for me, I've never been particularly high on Tammy Abraham. I'm gonna be real with you. I never have been. I've never particularly rated him. In fact, I didn't realize he was as tall as he was until maybe last year when one Chelsea fan was saying, "Oh, he's 6'5". I was like, he's 6'5". And the reason that I never knew that was because you don't really see him go for like headers or anything. Like you don't really see him use his aerial prowess. So if he doesn't have any aerial prowess, he's not really a guy that I see skipping past players either. What exactly does he do that's good? So, whilst I don't mind having a big aerial lump up top like that, in fact, I actually quite prefer it. For me, it's not Tammy. Not Tammy. I know lots of people say that they would have Ollie Watkins or Dominic Calvert-Lewin, or Danny Ings. I think all three of those raise a reasonable point, but I just not Tammy Abraham, not for me, not for me. But we are building a seemingly a very British core team all of a sudden, which I'm finding very interesting. What else was I going to say? But yeah, I thought like I said, I could take it or leave it. But today I thought he was reasonably good. I thought he did well. Looked reasonably sharp. Whether he's trying to put himself in a shop window or just finish his Arsenal career as strongly as possible, we'll see. But doesn't look like we're going to offer him a new contract. So bless him. He did score today. Got himself on the pitch. So and he didn't start the game. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. But that's only because he came on as a sub. So it's still a strong performance. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You know me, when it comes to this friendly thing, if I happen to watch it, I'm only going to rate the people who I thought were standouts. Because I'm going to try and make the friendlies a little bit more of a positive kind of, all right, we had a friendly, but what actually happened? So I'm going to try and make sure we catch the next one, which I believe is early next week, is our next friendly. So let's see what happens. And in the meantime, if any Ben White news pops off, I'll be sure to bring it on and I may even turn the camera on. You never know. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'll be on Chig Flicks later. That's Chig Flicks, all one word, Flix, all one word. I've got a Loki season finale review, and I've got about three films I've got to review. That I'll review on shortly. So make sure you subscribe to that and get those numbers up through the roof. And also, as per usual, make sure you subscribe to the Combat Show if you haven't already, and subscribe to Gouda Eagle Eye. Let's see if we can get back up to 11K and 100 likes. I'd love 100 likes. This thing that'd be nice. All right, then. I'll leave you guys to it for now. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.